Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Ooh, yeah. Nah, nah, nah.
Suddenly there came a sound from heaven, as of a rushing mighty wind,
Like the rushing of a mighty wind. Like the rushing of a mighty wind. Come and fill our hearts again. Like the rushing of a mighty wind.
Yeah, blessings. Once again, you know the routine. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. All of that helps. So you don't know. Without any further ado, let's get started. Speaking of technology, what kind of technology is that on that in your profile, Kwame?
Oh, it's an Ankh.
So that looked like what is that special electrical stuff looking like on the
That's a jet. That's a jet pillar.
a jet pillar?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a symbol from Egypt. So it's an Ankh and a jet pillar. It kind of look like a light bulb, kind of, right?
Right. So you're using the Ankh. Your name is Kwame Ma'at. Are you, or do you consider yourself Egyptian?
No, I consider myself a Pan-African, so I utilize the entire continent of Africa. That's why my name is Kwame Ma'at Nayemi Mentuhotep.
Ah, okay.
So I pay homage to my West African and my East African family.
Yeah. And you think you have West and East African family?
No, I know I'm West African. I don't descend from East Africa unless we going back to EM78 or something like that. But I don't.
American Dream. So when people say this, Egypt was just the place where everybody brung the knowledge. It don't necessarily mean that a person's from Egypt because they believe in Ma'at or Amin-Ra or any of those. Those are just deities that everybody used throughout Africa, and it came from the South Africa region. So it's just information that was brought to a certain location that everybody shared.
Information that was brought there, or information that was developed there?
No, that was brought there.
Brought there from where?
From different regions of Africa.
Yeah, like different regions all throughout Africa.
You have certain deities that's not indigenous to Egypt that came literally from the south of Africa. You have Khnum, you have Bes, you have Amun. These are deities that's not indigenous to the Egyptian or the Kemites.
Okay. Do you think there's value in that symbolism that you use, Kwame?
Yeah, it's African, so I adhere to all African traditions, no matter if it's Ifa, Yoruba.
You adhere to all of them?
Huh?
You adhere to all of their values?
Not to all their not to everything, but yes, I pay homage to all of them in some form, some way or some form.
Okay.
As a Pan-African.
As a Pan-African, right? Now the Egyptian spiritual system can be seen as pseudo.
Every spiritual system could be seen as pseudo.
Nah, I don't think it's pseudo because it's not literal. Ours is not literal. The metal nature was not literal in the form of how it was visioned. Now, when you talk like Ma'at for a reason, he got it in his name. It's really truth. That's what it really means. So you can look at it as you can look
American Dream. I know you got a problem with people claiming Kemet. So can you outline your bulletin points? So why you got a gripe for people adhering to the Kemetic or Cushitic traditions?
Well, I think, the main issue I have with it is when Black Americans, claim that it's their history. Like I put it because one of the things I accuse USA Docs of is that I tell him he reminds me of Hotep Egyptians, the people that are Black Egyptians and Hebrew Israelites. Like, when Black Americans say that that's their history, the history of the Egyptians is their history, to me it sounds like USA Doc's saying he's the only American. It's just that type of silliness to me.
No, it's not.
So with American Dream, what about the people that from West Africa prior to, Europeans claiming that they come from, the Nile Valley, i.e. the Ashanti, the Yorubas, the Dogons, what else tribes?
What are these oral traditions or
No,
you have oral tradition and you have documented facts. Like you have Eva Merowitz that wrote, she lived in Kumasi for 50 years and she documents the Ashanti tradition and she correlated with the Egyptian tradition. She outlines all her claims and it still stands to this day.
Yeah, I mean, I think you started off by saying that you thought Egypt was like a gathering place, if you will, where they brought information to.
That was what I said.
Right, and I think Kwame kind of agreed.
Yeah.
It was an amalgamation of different African tribes that came together. No different than America. You have the Spaniards that was in Florida. You have the French that was in Louisiana, and you have the Anglo-Saxon on the coastal lines of the East Coast.
Yeah, because when they talk about Black people and African people, we're generally talking about sub-Saharan Africa, right? Dark skin, what we consider Black people.
No,
right?
But according to modern scholarship, the consensus, the Egyptians come out of the Green Sahara region, which is below the Sahara.
Is that what consensus says?
Yeah, you could go to the Met Museum right here in the middle of Manhattan. You go to the Brooklyn Museum, or even UNESCO. That's the current scholarly consensus that the Egyptians,
even the Khoisan people, even
come out of the Green Sahara, and they descend from Africans from there. I could put it in the back chat for you, then you could see it yourself.
Sure.
It's in the Brooklyn Museum and the Met Museum.
Sure thing. So you.
As a matter of fact, and I could show you the pygmies in Egypt, and I could show you where Khnum come from, or Amun or Bes. They all come out of the Green Sahara or sub-Saharan Africa.
Right, and so you feel that could be a part of your heritage as well.
Well, as a Pan-African who adhered to all sides of Africa, yeah, I'm gonna claim the whole of Africa. No different than a European who's Anglo-Saxon or from the steppes of Russia claiming Latin culture, i.e. Greece or Rome or Vikings or any other European culture.
But you're doing it because you're a Pan-Africanist, not because of you think you have any type of DNA genealogical connection.
No, I wouldn't say that I descend from. No, I wouldn't say that.
Right. On a certain level, though, like how different is it? How different is it for you to be a Pan-African like that and just kind of claim Africa, right? How different is it for you to do that than for USA Docs to just claim America?
Well, it's different because I'm leaning on DNA, documentation and evidence. So
But you
I
just said
think
it
it's not
wasn't
even.
DNA or genealogy. You just said
Well,
you were doing
but
it because of
That's
Pan-Africanism.
why he gave
yeah,
you different other aspects of it too. You just said different records.
yeah, and then you have Ramesses the third, who they sequence his DNA, and he's E1B1A.
Okay, so you do think you haven't, it's possible for you yourself to have a DNA ancestral connection to Egypt.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, Ramesses the third, he's E1B1A.
hey,
I
hey,
mean,
they
Right. And what I'm telling you is like I hold that view in
I
the
was the
same
same. I
realm
was the
of
same. If BSIA, he don't believe in science. He don't believe in DNA. He don't believe in archaeology. He don't believe in science. I don't think you could. I don't see the comparison.
how do you even have a society that doesn't believe in any of those things?
no, what I'm saying is like the comparison I'm making between the two is that I don't I don't think you have any science to prove that you are like you brought up who's the pharaoh that you brought up? Ramses, I
The
think is the
third,
pharaoh. So
yeah,
Ramses the third. You don't have any scientific proof that you have any
E1B1A.
connections to him. No, that you have any connections to him.
I mean, my haplogroup is E1B1A.
And you think everyone that has E1B1A is connected and is related ancestrally.
I mean, that's the defined definition. If I'm E1B1A and a person from Nigeria is E1B1A, then we descend from the same people.
Okay.
Going back generations, somewhere down the line where we're connected.
And his DNA is just E1B1A. That's it. There's nothing else to it. Yours is just E1B1A. There's nothing added onto it. No distinctions.
What you mean?
Because is E1B1A E1B1B? Is there an E1B1B?
Yeah, there's an E1B1B.
And is there like an E1B1A2?
Yeah.
So there are distinctions.
Yeah, there's in the markers in the specific markers like you just named. Yeah, there's gonna be some type of variations like R1B or R1A or any other haplogroup. It's gonna be genetic markers where it mutate after time, but it's still the same haplogroup.
Yeah, okay. So, but the same way like you're claiming Egypt because you feel you have a DNA connection to it.
No. I don't feel like I could show the evidence.
Right, okay, because you
That's
can
something
show the
different. Different.
evidence of it, but they can show the evidence of their DNA to America as well.
No, they
Even if
can't.
it's
No, they can't.
even if it's just to 1600 years ago.
No, they
I'm
can't.
not
It's no
1600.
Black
I'm sorry.
American.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. Not 1600 years ago. Back to the 1600s.
What Black American have a haplogroup that's B, K, or any other haplogroups that's in the Americas?
They're slave ancestors that they're talking about.
Hold on, you guys. So
They have ancestry in America through the slaves.
there's somebody in the comments making like a bold claim. And
Did you see what I put in the back chat? The Met Museum.
Yeah, I see that. So she said that in the same breath, this is what she said. She said, if you want to be linked to the Pharaoh's gods, God will not recognize y'all and consider y'all not to be good people. But see, this is the problem with people that they lack knowledge and what we talk about when we talk about African deities. They think that it's actual, an actual physical thing. They don't understand. It's like almost as if they gotta reteach themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say Pharaoh. You can't bring up a Pharaoh in their belief system and then equate it to your God and what you believe, because that's what you believe. You don't understand our belief system, so you equate it to your God. It's just not making no sense. We didn't believe in physical gods or somebody in the clouds hiding over us. And it's not a religion, by the way, Dady. The metal nature is not a religion; it's a spirituality.
I'm trying to understand American Dream argument because I'm leaning on the consensus and what the experts are saying. I don't know any experts that's saying that black people in America always been in America versus, the experts that's saying that the ancient Egyptians come from below the Sahara. I don't know any experts that's saying, yeah, black Americans, they always been here, they're indigenous to America.
It's no data. That's why I said when people make those claims, just let them believe it at this point, because it's like, just let them believe it. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. That's why it's called a belief. It's because they gotta believe something out of nothing. You know what I mean?
Then you got another dude that believe he's an Indian in the chat called V4 talking about haplogroups when he don't even believe the slave trade or believe that he got African ancestry. These people will use things that they don't believe in if they think they can further their pseudoscience arguments. It's crazy.
Right. So like that's why I mentioned my eye. My eye is the truth. It has always been. It's always gonna be. It was
my eye.
That's what I said. Just like in the existence, that's what it is. But they don't understand what the deity is, and they don't understand when they visually see it. They think that it actually existed. It's a teaching, not a actual person. You know what I mean?
So Kwame, just to be clear, Kwame, you think you and Ramses III are related, for lack of a better word?
Genetically, yeah.
Yeah.
He's E1B1. He's E1B1A, and I'm E1B1A. So genetically, we're related. We descend from the same people that come out of Africa. So
are all Africans E1B1A?
No, majority of Africans are E. You have some Africans that have back migrated that intermingled. So some Africans have R1 DNA. Some Africans have J1, J haplogroup. But the
Africans are the most diverse group on the planet. Africans are the most diverse group on the planet.
Yeah. But technically speaking, E is E, A, and I forgot the other considered the African haplogroups. So yeah, me and Ramses III, we have we share genetic markers.
But when he say Egypt, I don't know if he's talking about modern times or like back.
No, Kemet times.
Okay, all right. You got nobody in Egypt right now saying that they always been in Egypt. You know what I mean? This is crazy.
No, the Egyptians there now, they think they've always been there.
Yeah, but if I'm bringing it into an example of the American that claim to have always been here. That you don't see that in Africa, whereas people that just that migrated within Kemet and saying that we always been here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense. And then they have to do a DNA.
Unless American Dream, you're saying that these prestigious museums and universities are pushing pseudoscience. I mean, then even the whole.
Hold on, yo, Kwame. Like I'm still kind of like.
American Dream. Did you at least pull up the Met Museum or any of the sources I put in the back?
No, I didn't get a chance to yet. I didn't get a chance to. Maybe I should, and then take a look at them later because I don't.
Yeah, I think you should pull it up first. I think you should pull it up first, so you could understand my argument better. I mean, maybe if you could debunk these prestigious universities and museums, and are they pushing pseudoscience that the Egyptians didn't come out to
these museums say that you are related to Ramses?
I mean, they say the Egyptians come out below the Sahara. So I mean, how
does that mean you're related to them?
Because you first said below the Sahara is related. You first said sub-Saharan. So I'm thinking you're talking about the vast You said sub-Saharan, right? If I'm mistaken.
No, he did.
Sub-Saharan, yeah, I said, yeah, the only time I mention sub-Saharan is that when we talk about Africans.
He's talking
and
about
black
DNA
people, we're
markers.
talking about sub-Saharans.
It's referring to DNA markers. It's not saying it's related to him as in brothers or sisters. Like, he's talking about they share similar DNA markers.
Okay, and so what does that mean?
He's
That you belong to the
E1B1A.
same tribe, or
He's E1B1A, and the vast majority of sub-Saharan Africans, especially West and Central Africans,
West Africans. Yeah.
have E1B1A.
okay, so it doesn't mean you're related to him. What does it mean?
We
What's your
share-
relationship to him? You belong to the same tribe.
We share the same haplogroup and genetic
Genetics.
markers.
Yeah. Same way
Okay.
white people share the
And it
same
doesn't.
genetic
So, and it
marker.
doesn't mean that somewhere down the line you share an ancestor.
Yeah, it does. It literally means that down the line we share the same
So
ancestors.
you are related. CJ, he is related. They share an ancestor. That means they're
He's
related.
talking about sharing the same common ancestor.
Doesn't that mean
No,
you're related?
No different than we share
No,
share
it doesn't
ancestors.
mean you're related.
It
Hold
don't.
on, Kwame,
it
does it mean you're related to if you share an ancestor?
No,
Yeah.
because we share the same genetic markers with primates. It don't mean that I'm related to a primate.
Yeah.
Of course it does. Of course you're related to primates if you share an ancestor with them. What?
Yeah, but you cannot have kids with a primate.
You cannot have what?
Kids with a primate.
Kids?
Yeah, you can't reproduce.
You can have children
Yeah.
with a primate.
Wait, hold
We
on.
share-
So we don't belong to, according to we don't belong to the family of
That's
we
why
don't belong to the
that's
family
why
of primates, the
it's called a
family of
theory.
apes. We don't belong to that family.
But I was more precise. That's why I say E1B1A. His genetic mark, his DNA sequence was already it was sequenced already, and his haplogroup is E1B1A. So I'm saying that we share a common ancestor down the line.
Yeah, and I'm saying like I just think that what I mean that
Is that pseudo?
that you share an ancestor with Ramses.
If he's E1B1A, right?
If
If Ramses III, if he's E1B1A, and I'm E1B1A,
what
wouldn't that
what percent of Africa do you think is E1B1A?
the vast majority of West and Central Africans are E1B1A?
The Bantus. The Bantus are E1B1A.
Okay. So
Well,
they're all
technically
related.
speaking, West
different-
Africans
They're
are
all
not
related.
technically speaking, West Africans are not Bantu. They're Niger Congo speakers. The vast majority of South Africans is Bantu speakers.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what you're saying is what the people that we call Hotep people is what they say, that they have ancestry that goes there. They are descendants of the ancient Egyptians, and that's pretty much what you're saying. You're saying you're kind of like a descendant of Ramses, and
I never said
say that. We call them. We say
if
that's
a person from Senegal got E1B1A, I'm not saying that that's my cousin. I'm just saying that we share a common ancestor that go back down the line. There's no difference. Ramses is E1B1A. I'm E1B1A. A person from Ghana is E1B1A. A person from Nigeria, Senegal, Liberia, Chad, Mali, Burkina Faso.
Mali.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does say that. It does say that. It says E1B1A specifically too.
Yeah, he's
What about it? What does it say?
E1B1A.
Yeah, it says Nigeria and Congo too. That's what he just said too.
Niger Congo areas.
Yeah.
So we share a common ancestor.
Okay.
All this is facts. He's saying facts, It's not like he's not making it up, He's stating facts.
And according to the modern consensus, the ancient Egyptians come out of the Green Sahara, which is below the Sahara Desert, and That's the consensus. I mean, I'm not pushing no French theory, no pseudoscience. I'm just rolling with what the experts say. The experts say the ancient Egyptians come from the Sahara Desert, and they're African. So I'm going with the experts say.
Have you seen the
But
Great Wall of
Ramses was only one.
Hold on. The fathers and the father of the civilization of Egypt originated in Kush. So that's a little down the line. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
kingdom
Ramses
of
was
Kush.
only one of the many pharaohs, right?
You said
Were
what?
there any other pharaohs that were E1, B1A?
You have some other people, but they're like royals, but we haven't tested that far back. We have tested like the Fayum period, which is the Roman period. They have tested certain
Well, based on what they've tested so far, what percent of, like, my
it's
understanding is that
nuance
based on
to
the
it
tests
because
they've given,
it's nuance to it. Like I said, when they tested the Fayum people in the Delta region, we know that these people are mixed and they're not the indigenous people. No difference if you test a bunch of people from New York today, and we're not gonna come to the conclusion that they're the Native Americans. So it's nuance to it.
right? I got
There's some pyramids in Zimbabwe. They found some pyramids in Zimbabwe as well, and it's got like all this ancient Egyptian arts and all that inside.
Not even that. You have people like Metu Hotep, where they have his, he traveled all the way to Lake Chad. They have his inscriptions in Lake Chad to this day.
Yeah, Sudan as well.
But I'm trying to see how you comparing what I'm saying, where that could literally be found in a museum or any, prestigious university or any of the experts, versus a black person claiming that they're Native American and the slave trade never happened, and things like that. How do you correlate? How is that the same argument? I'm trying to understand that.
They don't.
Yeah, I think it was just based on my lack of understanding of how it really works. And so, I will take that back. I don't think it's on par.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Indeed.
Hey, so the lady in the chat, she keeps saying like the pharaohs, as if that's what we called them. That's a later term in what they was called.
That's all English terms.
Yeah,
that's all English terms.
Pharaoh is actually a Persian term.
Yeah.
Okay, Persian term then, because that's not native to Africa. Pharaoh and all that.
Yeah.
Nah.
A mummy is actually an Arabic word. That's crazy.
They was actually called Nasut Bidi or Nasut, not a pharaoh. And then you have what the brother Dex was saying. You have loads of information on how the culture came together. We can see where Khnum came from. We can see where Bes, Amun, and majority of the sacred stuff is down in the south, like Jabal Baku.
Yeah.
That would be like Mecca. Where
hold on. Let me ask American Dream. So when the doggone tribe found Sirius A and Sirius B, is that considered to be pseudo?
I don't know much about it. But
I'm about to tell
just
you.
The idea to me that happened, it rings of pseudoisms.
So scientists within the modern 100 years couldn't even find these constellations, and the doggone tribe knew this for thousands of years, right? It was passed down through oral traditions, and they actually drew things in the sand and shit to explain it to the Europeans and shit like that, so they could understand. So They research this shit, try to look at it, and they end up finding it and knew that and said that these things are true. So like it was pseudo to them at first, but now that they know that it's actually true, now all of a sudden it's backed by scientific data.
That's where the Dogons come from. Serious, isn't it? Isn't it?
You said what?
Yeah, they actually have a book on it called the Pale Horse. I mean the Pale Fox.
Dogon tribe. They claim they come from the Sirius constellation.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they claim that these things existed and scientists didn't know that they existed and it was so pseudo, how is it pseudo that they saying that they from these planets? Like, I'm not getting it. It's like you claim that they were pseudo, and then now they show you proof. Now they got to show you proof that they from these planets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like now we got to show proof that they're from the planet. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know.
Anyway, the black gods are coming back anyway.
You said what?
The black gods, they're coming back. They'll be back soon.
Yeah, that's what they
said.
Okay,
now that's pseudo.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it sounds pseudo, but in our culture, we know they're coming back.
Kwame, do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. That's me.
Well, first, let me say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean the black gods are coming back? You mean the black gods are coming back from somewhere, literally, or do you mean people are going to start going back to worshiping the old?
No, but it's not pseudo because they just said that about the comet that's coming near Earth. You know, the interstellar object that's coming out of Earth.
I mean, there may be comets coming. Comets flying towards us, but I don't know if the black gods are on them.
No, but the scientists saying that they don't know if it's even a comet. They saying that it's an actual craft. This is what
you think it is, the black gods?
That's what they saying.
That's what they saying? Who's they, Jay?
The scientists.
That's what the scientists are saying.
The scientists are saying there are black gods.
You can look this up right now.
The scientists are saying there are.
His name is
we're really getting pseudo. The scientists are saying there are black gods on their way to Earth.
The scientist's name is Avi Loeb. You can look this up right now. This is what
he said. There are black gods on their way to Earth.
Yep. His name is Avi Loeb. He's a Harvard scientist. You can look him up right now.
Avi Loeb.
Avi Loeb. AVI Loeb. He's saying this.
Don't forget, they visited before. You know, it's not the first time they're coming.
Kwame, does that sound pseudo to you, Kwame?
They even saying that they here for real. They've been
Kwame,
here.
Does that sound pseudo to you?
It sounds pseudo, but the evidence.
It sounds pseudo, yeah. It does. It does.
I want to hear Kwame's opinion. Kwame, is that pseudo? Kwame ain't answering. But nah, y'all, that's craziness.
But it's backed by science though, so it's not really crazy. So the Dogon tribe that found Sirius A and Sirius B at once upon a time was pseudo, but they actually proved it to be true, and now it's not pseudo.
How did the Dogons know about the constellation without having telescopes and all that? How did they know all that? How come the Dogons knew about all that before the
gods told them?
Why they know it before the white man is knowing now? They knew about this.
The gods told them. The gods told them.
I believe so, yeah. Because how else are you gonna know unless you're coming from up down? That's when you can know where you're.
No, I think it was just keen observation of nature. That's all it was. Keen observation of nature. Do you know the Kepler beetle moves with the star constellation? But
the Dogons are saying their ancestors came from Sirius constellation.
Yeah, and it sounds pseudo, just like it sounded pseudo when they found these constellations. That's what I'm saying. So that's to be up for time to debate that, you know. So I'm not saying it's true or it's not. It's just not fact right now.
Dex, do you believe in the black gods as well?
I don't think of it.
No. I'm not being serious about that.
No. I don't think that they're in the term of gods. When you say gods, it gives a bad connotation on what exactly you're talking about. But I don't believe that they're gods. But I do believe that they're black.
I believe they're geneticists. Like they created the white man, they created the Chinese man, they created all those races.
Geneticists?
No,
I think they're geneticists.
That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
I believe they're
I'm
geneticists.
asking him. Geneticists. You think they created white people in a lab?
Yeah.
And these geneticists were black people?
Yep.
They created it in the body. The body is the lab. The body.
Where did this happen? This happened in Africa?
Sorry?
The
This
body
happened
is
in Africa?
Ancient Kemet.
In ancient Kemet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you think it wasn't just fair? You think it wasn't just Ramses that was E1B1A? You think all of them were E1B1A?
You know the carbon in your DNA, while you're black, your melanin is the only thing you need to travel around space. If you want to go into space and all that, because of radiation, it's more conducive to have a black color. If the white man cannot survive even in Australia, let alone in space. You understand?
I mean,
you need that skin. You need that pigment.
That's out there. You need that. If you can believe that white folks were created in a lab in ancient Egypt,
yep.
Then FBA can believe that they are Americans, bro. Because I don't know which one sounds.
Yeah, but FBA is 400 years. FBA is just 400 years.
American Dream. What he's really essentially saying is the body is a lab. That's what he essentially saying.
The what?
The body is a lab.
What? The body is alive.
A lab.
A lab.
A lab.
The
body is a lab.
Yes, because DNA is information and it get mutated, it get interchanged, it get changed.
That's not what he said. He said that Egyptians created white people in a lab in ancient Egypt.
But what does that have to do with
what you mean the body is a lab? You think he was being metaphorical?
Yes.
Do you know about the genome project?
Jay, were you speaking in metaphors?
It's something I believe that's what happened.
You think you Jesus or something while you speaking in parables?
No. You know why I'm saying this here? Because you know, like scientists now, they can mix your DNA with other things and create different creatures. Do you know that?
Yes.
You know about genetic engineering.
It's called breeding, I think.
No.
I'm talking about genetic engineering.
They just made the dire wolf come back out of extinction.
Yes, I've heard of this.
You know what I mean? So they can do these things. They can. You ever seen the movie with Jamie Foxx?
In ancient Egypt, though, you think they had all of this in ancient Egypt?
Yes, if they
can build the pyramids, why not?
Yeah, right now, they can't even build the pyramids. You think that? So how is that far from the truth? Like, if they can't replicate something that was that ancient in that spectacular fashion, how's that even?
If they can build the pyramids, they can make humans.
No. I mean, American Dream. Technically speaking, white people descend from, modern humans and Neanderthal, and we know that the vast majority of Africans left through the north to migrate into Eurasia, and we know that Neanderthals was in Israel, the Levant region, so he's not far-fetched from what he's saying. And the only group, sounds pseudo, but I understand what you're saying.
The only group of humans, group of humans with no Neanderthal DNA is Africans. The only group of humans with no Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah, and technically speaking, in science terms, they break things down from non-African and African, and how they break that term down is the people that have no Neanderthal or any other hominid DNA, they consider them Africans, and the people that have the dividends, whatever, I forgot the hominid names, Neanderthal and the other hominid groups, they consider them non-Africans.
How does any of that validate his point or his claim that white people were made by the ancient Egyptians.
No, that's just my claim.
I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying, he has some, some points there.
Which points? What about that lines up with what you just said?
What I'm trying to say is that if we can be able to build that pyramid in those ancient days, which cannot be replicated even now, what makes you think they didn't know about genetics and how to manipulate genetics?
Manipulating genetics is one thing. Creating humans is another thing.
They did manipulate it because it has DNA. That's what.
Why do you think Caucasians have a huge amount of Neanderthal DNA?
Is there any record of the ancient Egyptians manipulating genetics?
Yes.
There's books about it. Yeah.
Hold on, Kwame would know. Kwame, were the ancient Egyptians manipulating genetics?
I don't see no evidence of it.
Because that's what I asked.
Yeah, no, they do. They do have.
No, I'm gonna go with Kwame. Kwame got the ankh. I'm gonna go with Kwame. And his name is you wouldn't lie to me.
I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert or authority.
You're a ma'at. What's ma'at mean? The truth, right?
Yeah, but I don't know of that knowledge, so I'm not. I mean, you can't refer to me if somebody else on the panel.
They got helicopters and airplanes written on the walls in ancient times, but they didn't have an airplane.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? They got
Kwame,
helicopters.
as long as you have that on, Kwame, you're the source for everything Egypt.
I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in the field.
Kwame, you're related to Ramses, bro. You're an expert.
American Dream. You know they got helicopters and airplanes written on the walls in ancient Egypt right now.
And American Dream. All the claims that I set up here, I literally post all the sources in the chat. I couldn't post all of them in the back chat for some reason. The link kind of cut off. But everything I said, I post literally all the sources in the chat, so you can check them out.
Look that up for me, Kwame. Look up the helicopter and the airplane picture up on the Egyptian wall right now. You can look this stuff up right now, and it's going to be posted right here in the link. They had this technology way back then.
Is Ramses in your name, Kwame?
No, Mentu Hotep, which Mentu Hotep.
You related to Ramses and he not in your name? Come on, Kwame.
I mean, I picked a Bantu word. We if you know anything about Bantu languages, you know the singular.
Or change the ma'at to Ramses. Kwame Ramses.
I'm probably related to. I'm probably related to.
Add the me's to it.
I'm probably related to Mentu Hotep because that's a Bantu word. We know that Mentu or Muntu is a singular for Bantu. Muntu meaning man, Bantu meaning people. So it's still a. You know that, right?
You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
I said I picked Mentu Hotep because it's a Bantu word. We know that the singular for Bantu is Muntu. So, Muntu Hotep.
Well, Kwame, are you from Ghana?
No, I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, okay. You're Ghanaian then.
Yeah.
Wait, are all Jamaicans E1B1A?
I would say a vast majority of them, yeah.
So it's likely that I'm related to Ramses too?
Yeah.
And if I'm related to Ramses, that means I'm related to you.
Yeah.
That's why you look alike.
That's why we look alike. I don't even know what he looked like. How you know we look alike? You don't know what neither one of us look like.
You're both black.
We're both black. All black people look alike, bro.
Yeah.
All
black people look alike.
Y'all cut it out.
So when you see a black person, you don't think that that person's black. So you just be
black,
like,
yeah.
No, if I see a black person, I'll be like, you look like me. No, no.
Well, don't worry about your dream. It's gonna be somebody in the near future from Jamaica that's gonna say that they not related to the Ashanti or the Akkad tribe, so it's no difference.
Oh yeah. Come on, you see, Africa it's a vast place, you know. So people travel around, innit? So it's hard to pinpoint exactly where people are from. You see.
Wait, and you American Dream, the source I posted again if you didn't catch it, where it tells you, Ramesses III is E1B1A. You could look up the.
No, I believe you. I've seen that before.
Okay.
That's why I said you know what I mean, you're not. That's why I took you off of that pseudo level.
So wait, let me ask you, who in the so-called quote-unquote hotel community would you consider pseudo? Is John Henry Clark, Yosef Benjo Cannon, Theophilo Banger?
Yeah, all of them.
So these people that hold degrees and they're experts in the field, they're pseudo?
Yes.
So you're telling me that
hang on a second, let me talk to my son real quick. Hang on.
Okay. So I just want to know, you're saying that Theophilo Banger, an expert in the field, in multiple fields, in linguistics, archaeology, history, and Egyptologist, he's pseudo, and the UNESCO work with pseudos? I'm trying to understand. Or even Sheikh Anta Diop, who's probably one of the most prestigious historians and scientists in the world, in history probably. He's pseudo? Is the Met Museum pseudo? The Brooklyn Museum pseudo? The Boston Institute pseudo? The Chicago University of Chicago, are they pseudo? I don't think they're pseudo.
That's because pseudo is a word that's being thrown around loosely. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people just saying pseudo because they trying to prove a point, but it's
organic sunflower is pseudo. BSIA is pseudo. Tariq Nasheed is pseudo. Should I even say Ivan Van Sertima was pseudo? Yeah, that's pseudo.
Right. But it's the pseudo people claiming that we're pseudo because we are backed by facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something is only pseudo if it's not backed by any facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead on the experts, even if it disagree with me. If it disagree with me, that's cool. I'm gonna roll with the experts until I can prove them wrong.
But you can't always do that. Like me and him was saying, how is it that we got all this machinery nowadays and we can't rebuild the pyramids? You know what I mean?
Yeah, with modern technology today, we still can't replicate the pyramids. We can't build some of these blocks that's 100 tons. We don't even know how they move them to precise precision to correlate to the cosmos and things like that. We can't even build stuff like that with modern science today. We don't have a crane strong enough to move a 100-ton block, a 100-ton block, or 50-ton, 80-ton block, where it's so precise that you can't even stick a razor blade in between the two blocks.
Yeah, but that's a myth because they didn't never move these blocks. They molded them in place. That's the thing. It's keen observation of nature. When you're around nature for so long, you start to gravitate to it and understand it better. Now that we in a technology age, we don't understand the gravity of nature how we used to. So now we got people fucking with nature, building shit that they not supposed to be built, messing with stuff that they not supposed to.
Nah. They kind of know where they got the blocks from. The blocks kind of came from Aswan, Nubian region, but they just don't know how they moved the blocks from that region all the way up into Cairo and those places. I would agree with the Sphinx and other monuments that those is called and the blocks that was carved is even crazy in itself. These are granite stone. These are some of the hardest surface besides diamond. We don't even know how they carve these things. So precise.
Yeah, it's limestone. You know?
Yeah, is it lime?
It's not limestone.
No, it's not limestone.
No, it's granite.
It's granite.
It's granite.
Yeah, granite.
I think the surface was limestone or something. It was covered in limestone.
Yeah, after they covered it with white limestone so they can reflect light.
Yeah, and I think they topped the pyramid with a gold cap.
With gold, yeah, pure gold, which is stolen.
Yeah, and it's seen from space too. A lot of people don't know that. You can see it.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I think that's why they even built it for. That's why I think our ancestors were space travelers.
Yeah.
So Kwame, I think you wanted to ask me something before I...
Oh yeah, you said that Sheikh Enter Theophilo Benga, these people that work with UNESCO and worked at some of the most prestigious university in the world, they're pseudo.
Yes.
Okay, explain how they pseudo if they're the experts in the field.
Well, I don't know if they may be experts in the field. I don't know if they're the only experts in the field. But I know very little about it. But I think at the symposium that they did was that 74?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Diop. I don't think he was successful in convincing anyone of his theory that the ancient Egyptians were of the Negro stock.
I mean, that's the current consensus that the Egyptians are modern are African. That was his theory.
No, he wasn't just saying they were African. He was saying they were sub-Saharan Black Africans, the Negro type.
Well,
like
if
everyone there, including today, we all agree that the Egyptians are Africans. Egypt is in Africa.
But that wasn't the consensus at the time. The consensus at the time that these people came from Eurasia and they migrated into Africa and built these monuments. That was the consensus at the time.
No, that wasn't the consensus either. At that symposium, there were three sides. There was Sheikh Anta Diop and Obenga saying that these people came from the south.
That's the consensus.
No, that was one side that was presented. There was another side saying that the Egyptians were people that came down the Nile from the north.
Yeah, and from the Levant and Mesopotamia.
Right, and the consensus though was that the Egyptians were kind of indigenous to that land. They didn't come from the south or the north. The people that started the Egyptian dynasties were native to that land.
American Dream.
American Dream. If you didn't click the Brooklyn Museum or the Met Museum link, how are you gonna say that's not Obenga was wrong or Diop was wrong when that's literally the consensus of scholars right now? If you click on with the Met Museum, they literally have Sheikh Enter Diop in the on the page, what I'm talking about, the exhibits of African origin of civilization, when they show the Egyptian and they correlate them to other African cultures. That's literally the consensus now, that the ancient Egyptian come from the Green Sahara region.
In West Africa, most of the kings they've got this necklace of on the pyramid of the Egyptian pyramid. Made in pure gold.
And of course the consensus, and science don't use black and white. They use African, European, or Eurasian. They don't use terms like black and white.
Yeah, look up the Kush.
Yeah, but I'm saying Auntie Diop did try to make that distinction. Sorry, Dex, go ahead.
The Kush people is like the father of Egypt. You know what I mean? It predates Egypt, the Egyptian Kemet that we know. The
kingdom of Kush. The kingdom of Kush. Yeah.
That's the father. These were a darker pigmentation of people.
My people always say, if we can't carry the pyramid with us to where we're traveling to, we just make like a monument of the pyramid. That's why most of our kings got that necklace of a pyramid, because they know that's where they came from, but they had to leave that place because of war and people trying to invade them, so they moved further south.
That's because Egypt they even built pyramids in Kush, right? But the thing is they had to relocate and stuff, culture, different stuff. But not only was Egypt on the 32nd parallel of the planet, on the planet, it just made more sense to build the monuments there, according to like the location on Earth.
Yeah, Kwame, my email, American Dreamer Guy at Gmail. If you want to send me those links in my email, because I'm just not in the mood to do that type of reading, especially about ancient Egypt and whether they're black people. You know what I mean? I go back to them days of being with the pseudo killers and talking nothing but black Egypt. I got so tired of it, bro. It's ridiculous. And
I'll still talk about that to this day.
I know they still do that talk. They still find interest in that stuff. And I just, and my belief has been like, this thing is settled, man. I don't know what y'all talking about this.
That's because if you don't know something, then you have to do the research in order to understand it. Like, I was a person that was a Christian at a point in time, but I had to go dig deeper into what I knew as Christianity, and to come to find out that, I was trying to enlist in a whole different bunch of other religions, but realizing that wasn't the origin of religions either. And then I came to a point where it was never a dead end, and I just kept researching and found the Medu Neter, and to come to find out that the Medu Neter was the original spirituality system that birthed every single religion on Earth. You know what I mean? So it was information being passed throughout Africa that made this system. So it wasn't just one group of people that created it. It was a whole totality of Africa that understood every deity played a part into who these people were on the continent of Africa. So that's what we mean. It's nothing spooky. Just because you don't understand it, it's not spooky. It's you have to just do your research and understand that it predates every religion in modern times.
And an African religion is composes of a male and female energy.
Yeah, it's not religion. It's a spirituality. It's a way of life.
Kwame, I'm sorry. Any one of y'all that think Kwame, but Kwame specifically, because he got the ankh, man. He's the source right now. Kwame, do you think, what does Kemet mean?
The black land.
Black land.
The black land.
Yeah, Kim mean black.
And Kwame, is it referring to the land or to the people?
To both.
Both. I would say, me personally, I would say both, and this is still debated among scholars. But my personal opinion, I would say both, the fertile land and the people.
Yeah, but in Africa, we always say you're not African. Africa is in you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that belief that it was either that Kemet is referring to the people versus the land, or whether it's referring to both, the idea that it's not, because in my estimation, it's just referring to the land. And if you think it, and that's the stuff that we would call pseudo. That's when it comes to Black Egypt.
How
the
is
idea
how
that
is
Kemet,
wait
the idea
American
that
Dream?
Kemet
How would it be pseudo if it's still debated amongst the experts?
No, it's not really debated among the experts anymore.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you have people. You have people.
I think it's pretty settled now. I think it's pretty settled.
But me and
Okay,
him,
can
me
you,
and him just
do
told
you,
you
do you
that
have the consensus on the matter?
I mean, like I said, this is something we were looking at every day, bro. Like for like years, and they're still doing it right now. And
if Ankh and
everything that I've looked at,
but look,
everything that I've looked at lets me know that the consensus and the Egyptologists that matter says the name is referring to the land.
American Dream.
Common sense.
So are you saying? Let me ask you a question.
Let me just finish my thought, please. Common sense alone tells me that it's talking about the land, or the land, and it's related to the Nile.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like that just makes natural sense to me.
Okay, hold on. Can I ask you a question? So, are you not a part of the land in the flesh?
No.
Why not? When you die, you gonna always be here. Your remains gonna always be here on Earth.
So let me ask you a question, American Dream.
I'm saying we make a distinction between ourselves and the land, and so did the Egyptians.
No, we didn't, because you living in the flesh. It's called Mother Earth. That's why they call it Mother Earth, because it birthed you.
I mean,
American Dream. Let me ask you a question. Is Jamaica a landmass?
Yes.
Are Jamaican a people?
It's the people on the land.
So what's the difference between Kemet or Kem? Because the people refer to themselves as Hemket, and they refer to their land as Kemet.
In Saudi Arabia, all those places are Kemet, you know. All those places were part of Kemet.
What does Hemket mean? What does Hemket mean?
The people of the Black Land.
The people of the Black Land. Okay.
Yeah.
And Kemet means the Black Land.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily, the fact that you come from the Black Land doesn't mean that you have black skin.
What?
Well, technically speaking, they refer to people. You have people who have Kem in their name, so I'm quite sure they refer to those people as Kem.
But it doesn't have to be referring to their skin color.
Like at that time period, we can't use biblical descriptions because all that type of stuff, black and white, it comes out of the Bible. So we can't superimpose certain certain jargons on the people if they
like you were about to do.
I mean, no, because you have instances where they refer to other people as black.
I know, but it doesn't have to be their skin color, and it's
no. They specifically talk about their skin color.
No, they refer to white men in Europe as the black. The same way, like they're white. If you hang on a second, let me turn off this alarm. Hang on.
Yeah, but they're talking about their proximity as far as their white skin and them being darker, like how they say Al Capone is black or any things like that. No difference than we call people red bone or yellow. We're not. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're trying to say, like how they refer to Al Capone as black, but they're talking about in their colloquial term as far as the Italians being dark skinned and things like that. But in African terms, when we say this person light skinned, we're not saying that this person is white, or when we say this person is black, we're not talking about the literal color black. We're just saying that they have dark skin.
Most countries today, Kwame, including Jamaica, most countries today, the name of their country has something to do with their land, with the land. Jamaica, it means the land of wood and water. In most countries, Iceland, most countries name their country having to do something with with the landscape. Just they're talking about the country is the land. So when they name their country,
who was doing the
let me
naming
just-
though? Who
let
was
me
doing
just
the
finish.
naming?
Let me finish. And when they name their land, it's about something to do with the country. Like, do you know of any other country? Because I don't know of another of the name of another country where they're describing the people's skin color, right? Where they would say it's the black land because the people there are black. Like, do you know of any other country where they did that?
Arabia.
What does Arabia mean?
Arabs.
Well,
Arabians.
yeah, to migrate and stuff like that, and it's similar.
To migrate, but does it? But I'm asking, is it the name? Is it the color of the people?
No, it's the race
No,
of the
it's
people.
not the.
The Arabs.
It's not the color. It's the race of the people.
What's the race? The Arab race?
Mhm.
Yeah, the Arab race. Yeah.
But they're called the Arab race because they come from the land of Arabia. Or are you saying like
The land, the Arabian land is it's not named because the land is called Arabia. It's named because the people are Arabs.
Yeah.
The land itself, remember, Saudi Arabia was part of Africa until America flooded the Suez Canal, so they can be shipping food.
We're not gonna say Arabia was Africa. We're not gonna say that.
No. It used to be part of Africa. Before you can walk, I'm telling you the truth. America flooded the Suez Canal, so ships can transport goods easier. Before it was one landmass. Like you can walk from Egypt.
Madagascar.
You can walk from
Madagascar is Africa, but it's not on the continent of Africa.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Arabia is a part of Eurasia. It's not a part of Africa, and Arabia sits on the Asian tectonic plate. It don't sit on the African tectonic plate.
Talking about the ancient times. The ancient times, you could walk from Egypt to Saudi Arabia.
In what time frame?
Until find out yourself. You can Google it. America
you could
probably
before the Suez Canal, but that don't mean that Arabia was Africa.
I think it was.
I mean,
I think our people were there too.
Thinking and having evidence is two different things.
Well, if it's one landmass, obviously that means you can move around, isn't it?
Not well.
If it's one landmass,
it was never
you're not going to be limited to one space.
It was never a time period where the people of Mesopotamia was considered African. It was never a time period. We don't share no genetic connections.
African is a recent term.
Well, we speaking colloquially what we can understand. We like, I don't think everybody understand what Mesopotamia is or
Nubia, Mesopotamia, all those places.
People today call Mesopotamia the Middle East. So if I'm saying the Middle East, I'm speaking colloquially about Mesopotamia in that time frame. But it was never no time period where anybody considered Iraq or Assyria or the Levant region as Africa. You have time periods where different African nations control certain regions in Arabia, i.e. the Aksum Empire or the Egyptian Empire controlling the Levant region, or Aksum controlling modern day Saudi Arabia and Yemen. Yeah,
what about the Black Roman Empress?
What Black Roman Empire?
Black Roman Emperor. There was a couple Black Roman emperors.
We don't know of them. The only other people that I know was emperors in Rome was Arabs. You have
no.
You have Philip the Arab. You have
let me Google it right now.
Before he Googles that, Kwame, you're saying the same way Kemet is talking about the people's skin color, the word Arabia is describing the people's skin color?
No, I'm saying describe the people that inhabit the region, Arabia.
But that's like
The Arabs.
Jamaica. That's like Jamaican describing the people that live in Jamaica, like the Arab. An Arab are the people that live in Arabia, the land called Arabia, and a Jamaican are the people that live in the land called Jamaica. So, but I don't see how that is describing how that's the same as Kemet, meaning the people's skin color.
Wait, do Jamaicans have their own haplogroup?
No,
like,
I just explained.
I don't know. Different from who?
Like the Arabs have J2 markers.
Jamaicans, I don't know. I'm not that into genetics to really tell you.
Yeah, Jamaicans only have E1B1A markers, so I don't think it's not really comparable. But I kind of understand what you're saying.
I'm just talking about the name of the country, though. I'm just saying, like, Egypt for the name of the country to be describing the skin color of the people. Egypt would be the only country in history ever to have done that.
That's what we're saying. Look, I'm saying this. You only have really three major elements, right? With air, right? Which is air, and then you got water. You have to drink water to survive, and then you got
fire.
Land. The land. Right? You gotta have land to start a fire, right? You gotta have something on the land. So this is what I'm saying though. We're describing the people that this is debated still, like you said, but they're describing the people on the fact of the land being a representation of the people. So
you had to clear your throat because you knew you was going to say something.
Wait. So American Gene, what about Sudan? What about Sudan, the land of the blacks?
They didn't name that. No, Sudan was named by the white people. It's the white people that called it that. No.
So what about Ethiopia? That literally means burnt face.
Again, that's how other people referred to them.
What about Niger and Nigeria?
All of those. That's what people referred to them as. It's not.
But they named their country. They named their country. There's Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Niger.
No, I don't think. I think those were.
No.
Ethiopia wasn't named.
I don't think those people named their country those names. I think those were named.
Ethiopia was never conquered by no European powers. They named their country. They changed their country from Aksum and they named it Ethiopia.
What does the word Ethiopia mean?
It literally means burnt face ones in Greek. Egypto.
Doesn't that word go back way further than this than the Ethiopia that was never conquered? Doesn't that word go back way further than that?
Yeah, but the people themselves, they named their sovereign country Ethiopia. Will literally mean burnt face one.
But that's because the word Ethiopia is like an ancient word that has always been used. That was historically being used possibly for that region, but it's a word that was already in existence for the name of that region. So they just incorporated that name.
But I'm asking, you're saying that
the original usage of the name. It wasn't the people there that called that land Ethiopia. White folks referred to.
Hold on, let me just ask this one last question, Dex. I literally named about 8 countries in Africa in itself that literally named themselves the
They didn't
black.
name themselves. No, they were named. They didn't name themselves.
What?
That's the difference, Kwame.
Wait.
There are parts that were not named.
So you're telling me somebody came to Aksum and said you're the Ethiopian, then they just after like you do know that
the land of the burnt faces.
You do know Ethiopia
that named it that.
Right, you do know that Ethiopia changed their name in the late 1800s. They didn't do this at the time when they was interacting with the Greeks or the Romans at the time. They did that in the 1700s.
Yeah, but they used it simply because just to connect to that ancient Ethiopia that existed.
How do you know that?
Yeah, because they're still at that same land. They're still at that same landmass. They haven't moved from that landmass.
Region already.
What about South Sudan and Sudan, who literally
Hey, y'all, hold on.
The land of the blacks.
Hey.
was named by Arabs.
His whole argument is
Sudan,
not where.
Is an Arab term. Like that was the Arabs that named it that.
So what about Nigeria and Niger?
Again, those I'm not very familiar with, but I think those were named as well. I think those were names that were given to them.
Y'all making a weak argument.
What about Mauritania?
Hold on.
I don't know what that term means.
Hold on.
Dark skin.
Let me ask them. So where did you get that? That they didn't say that Kemet means anything about the people. Where did you get that?
Because from what I understand, Kemet means the black land, and it's referring to the land.
Go look up what Kemet actually means, and it literally says the people too. It never said that it had nothing to do with the people.
So what about what's the difference between Sudan and Kemet? The people call themselves Sudanese to this day. In fact, South Sudan broke off from Sudan and they kept the name South Sudan.
It says
they self-identify themselves as Sudanese.
Yeah, what I'm saying
is
the choice is did the people themselves that lived on that land
name themselves? Yes.
Did those people called that land Kemet because the land was black, like after the Nile overflowed and the land became black? Is that why they call it the Black Land? Or did they name that place the Black Land because they had black skin? And I'm like, no, like the only one that makes sense to me is that they did it because of the land. They were describing
the land.
The land is not black. It's the people that are in it that makes it black. The land itself is not black.
Yeah, whenever the Nile overflowed, it left the black silt. That's
part of keen observation of nature. That's what that's what I'm explaining. That's why it has everything to do with the earth. They named it. It says it clearly here as the definition. Kemet is an ancient Egyptian term, black land, referring to the fertile black soil of the Nile Valley River, which supported the civilization of the ancient Egyptian people. The term was used by the ancient Egyptians to self-identify their country and people, contrasting with the surrounding red land desert of the desert. That's what it really says.
Hello, the same way Jamaica identifies the land and the people as well. We call ourselves Jamaicans. But the fact that they say let me finish. The fact that it says they identified the land and the people, that doesn't mean they were saying the people were black.
So what about Sudan?
It just means that they were the people on that land.
What about Sudan, American Dream? The people self-identify the land as Sudan, and they identify themselves as Sudanese.
And the original usage of that word came from the Arabs that were describing that place. It wasn't the people.
But the land is still black. Up to now, it's still black in it.
That term. Whenever the people continue using it, it's already a term.
So what about the
Africa is still black?
What about the Aksum people who switched their name, their nation from Aksum to Ethiopia? Nobody called them Ethiopia. Nobody in modern day in the 1800s was calling that region, those people, Ethiopians, but they named themselves Ethiopians. That's what they named their land.
That's the kingdom of Kush. Ethiopia is the kingdom of Kush.
They named themselves Ethiopia to connect themselves to the ancient Ethiopians because the term was in use by the ancients.
Who are the ancient Ethiopians?
Kwame, you make
people that lived on that landmass. The Greeks called that place Ethiopia. It was the Greeks who originally called that place Ethiopia.
No, they didn't. The Greeks called modern day Sudan Ethiopia. They never called the Aksum Empire.
Regardless, they're the first ones that came up with the name, is what I'm saying.
Okay, no, Ethiopians have been writing. Ethiopians have alphabets. They've been writing. It's not oral. Ethiopians have kept their history through time.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. You just said Egypt is the first people to refer to their landmass and correlate to their skin color, and I'm literally naming different countries that correlate their landmass with their skin color.
Right. Where do you think
I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying to you is they got those terms from other people that were calling them that. Outside of that, they would not have done that. And the only reason they're doing it is because those terms already existed. They wouldn't have come up with it on their own.
Who called the Ethiopians? Who called the
They
Ethiopians
wouldn't have chosen to do that on their own. And you're saying
Who
this
called them?
What Kemet, unless you're saying some other people called that land the Black Land because they were describing the people. Like that's
It's
the only
still a
way
black.
it
It's
makes
still,
you're on the land. You're living flesh being on the land. So why is it not okay to call yourself the land black as well as you? Is it not making sense?
And if they're in Egypt and they're interacting with people from Eurasia, from the Levant and from Europe, and they're seeing people with pale skin or tan skin, and they refer to their land as the Black Land. I don't see the difference between that and Sudan, Ethiopia, Mauritania, or Guinea. These are all names that literally mean black. That's why every country with the word Guinea is usually people that's black. Papua New Guinea, Guinea, Faso in Africa,
and that's given the fact of where those places are located. But given where Egypt is located in Africa, it's not likely that most of the people are black like the Sudanese.
What are you talking about? How not? Because the father
because they're located in the same North Africa.
So can we go? So American Dream, can we go?
Libyans.
The father
American Dream, can we go?
Hold on. The father of Egypt was called Cush. The Cush people were dark-skinned people. They the ones who birthed Egypt.
So American Dream, can we go with the historians that documented when they went to Egypt, like Plutarch or Herodotus, and they said these people descend from the Cushites?
Yeah, like I said, man, like I've looked at those when we were doing our thing back in the day. I've looked at that, and what Herodotus, for example, like these are people that went to, because even in Egypt today, the same way in America today, you can go to a place like Chinatown and all you're going to see are Chinese people. If I go to Chinatown and I say, oh, all the people here are Chinese, would you then use that to say all of America is Chinese? No, like those Plutarch and Herodotus were explaining the people they saw in one particular area.
No, Herodotus went all across the Nile. He went from Egypt all the way to Sudan.
No, I don't.
And
when he said these people, when he was describing the people he saw, he was describing the people in a certain location. He never said all the Egyptians look like this.
He separates the indigenous Egyptian from the Persians. He literally separates the people, and he documents the indigenous people. He went all along the Nile. He didn't go in one region. He wasn't in the Delta.
There's different types of
you put some stuff in I gave you my email.
Oh, so can you put in the back? Just put it in the back chat so I could just click it to make it easy.
Maybe we'll do a show where you and I can just go look. I'll look at the stuff you send me, and then we'll just do a show where we'll just go over them and talk about them.
I got some sources too.
My fault, Dex. I kept interrupt, but go ahead, Dex. I
got some sources too, but it's just it's the planet Earth too. They not just talking. You got to realize they had keen observation of nature. When you're closer to nature, you start to realize things that don't nobody else realize. These people actually study birds, insects, everything around the environment, and not just in a specific location, all around the whole continent of Africa. And this is a theory of why they actually migrated the globe. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to observe the Earth as a whole.
So with American Dream. So when African people call white people the Wazungu, or they have different terms for calling what literally means white people, like are they getting this from Europeans? Muzungu, yeah.
Are they getting what from the Europeans?
when they call white people Wazungu, which literally means white people.
Hold on. I was trying to get to my point though. Like
when black people call, when black Africans call white people Mazungu, do they get the word Mazungu from white people? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's their own word.
Hey, so can I get to my point real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
But again, it would be someone referring to someone else. So it wouldn't be. It's not. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be.
Do Europeans?
They're referring to someone.
Do Europeans refer to themselves as white?
I think that's a fairly new phenomenon from what I understand.
No, it's a very new phenomenon. But
how is fairly new when we have sources from
Do you have a source of Europeans calling any of their countries by their skin color?
No, but I have sources from the 500, 400 CE where you had people referring to people from Africa as black and they referring to themselves as white. This is not really a new phenomenon.
Hold on. I'm about to get to all that. Look.
Okay, but even today, we have people that identify as black and white. But none of those, and today, none of those people, I don't think, would consider naming their country the black land based on their skin color, or the white land, or the yellow. Like, I don't. It just doesn't seem to me that anything people would be interested in doing. It just doesn't.
So in America, people that have white-only towns.
Let me make my point. This is the point.
But they don't name those towns after their skin color.
Hold on. Could I just interrupt just for a little bit? Because I think we get into a point where we just going back and forth, and I wanna come to a common ground so you can understand everything that he's saying. So when you talk about keen observation of nature, right? When you talk about melanin as in the people, right? A melanocyte is a melanin cell, which is the full spectrum of light solidified. That means the sunlight in the full spectrum of sunlight into a solid would be a melanin cell, right? Yep. So when you have a melanin cell, right, you're that means it's in the physical now, right? So they're not putting themselves away from the earth. They're actually saying basically we're a part of the earth, as in like a plant photosynthesizing. You know what I mean? So it's really the same thing. So that's why they created the term black, as in, you know, the soil and as the earth that they're saying, but they're correlating it to their actual being, their actual melanin, their actual self. That's where it's coming from. It's not coming from just word of mouth. It's coming from keen observation of nature.
Jay, you wanted to say something?
We get our vitamins straight from the sun. Because our melanin, we get vitamin D from the sun direct.
It's called a melanocyte. We're photosynthesizing light.
Light, yeah.
Just like a plant photosynthesizes light. And we don't, it sounds spooky, but we're no different than a plant. You know what I mean? We're no different. The plants live and die, we live and die. You know what I mean? It's no different. This is why the Egyptians, they knew this stuff. They knew all this stuff. That's why you gotta treat plants with respect, because they're the reason why we're alive today. You know what I mean? If all plants die, we die. You know, if all bees die, we die. If certain things die out, we'll die out. This is why we have to take care of the earth. It's just deeper than what we think, you know.
And the only people destroying the earth are what people?
Exactly, Europeans.
But they're not from here, like I've been saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's just keen observation of nature. That's all it is.
They're here to destroy everything. And since the Muzungu came, the world has never been the same.
What's a Muzungu again?
Oyibo, the Oyibo man.
Muzungu? What is Muzungu mean?
The Oyibo man.
White person.
Oyibo man.
Oyibo, what is that?
The Oyibo man.
What is that mean? Man. What is that? What does that mean?
The pale man.
The pale man.
Yeah. The see-through man.
see-through, man? Is that just when you say pale? Is there a hidden meaning behind that, or you're just
no, the pale man, the man with no melanin.
You got
the man with no melanin.
It's certain pigmentations of melanin, though. You know what I mean? You got lighter.
You got fey melanin, hue melanin, and I forgot the last one.
Right, it's certain pigmentations, and when they knew these things.
Do you know why we're called human? If you can Google what hue means black. That's why the human race is called human.
Because why?
Because the HU means black. Hue. The original man is the human. The rest are human beings. They're trying to be human.
They're trying to be black?
No, they're trying to be black, yeah. Let's say, yeah.
You're definitely pseudo, Jay. You're definitely pseudo.
Yeah. No, I'm not racist.
Kwame is borderline. You know what I mean? He be tipping.
No, just Google like he
around a little bit.
Wait, how about pseudo if I present sources? That don't mean
listen, you providing some pseudo sources, bro.
What pseudo sources I presented?
You're right. I haven't looked at them yet. Let me look. You're showing stuff that like I said, I've like the Plutarch.
I'm showing you.
I've looked at all of this stuff and I've never been convinced of the arguments that were trying to be made.
Even if I spoke about Herodotus is documenting what he's seen at that time in Egypt. He's talking to the people. They're saying they come from Ethiopia. He went to Ethiopia.
I'm just saying you're
said that.
I think people.
I'm quoting them
verbatim. No, people misrepresent. Even when I know you're quoting him verbatim, but you're misrepresenting the meaning of what he's saying.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Tell the youth them for be strong. You can't tell the youth them for preach wrongs. While you try it on these lands, just remember every man is equal. Yeah. Each one teach one, and our Father God, him are the only done. So make we ease and reason. Smoke trees, span the ends, all the deep meds. Take a look at life, and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen, and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Yeah, bigger heads no love people again. Them worse than Hitler them. Me see friends now reason again. Vex through whistle a blame. More time it hurt me to see how the face deal with the eagle of them. Regular me see it a pain. Regular me see it a pain. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people. Social commentary. Drop the one, your principle, you don't know. The global will come and do it. Some people life every day, it's stress. The high price from JPS, that topic is currently. Jah alone, him a go help you. We need food and we no healthy. We are feel the pain, beg you protect we. In a life we have no envy. Take a look at life and don't close your eyes. Sometimes things happen and it's no surprise. And I just, so it go, so it go, so it go, so it go. It's a government, no have no heart, them no care about poor people.